Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your host, the experience that some call Jason, and with me is...
Coming to you live from the Gazebo of Solitude, the Todd Bot.
CDL-113, the droid you're looking for.
And today we're going to talk about the new Avengers game that's coming out. Crystal Dynamics is doing it, and I think Square Enix is publishing it, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and published by Square Enix.
Oh, that's right. This is a third company thing. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize Crystal Dynamics was still around.
I only knew about it because I've been following this game.
I thought for some reason I thought they had fallen apart after Too Human.
Oh yeah,
apparently not.
Either that or it's like Atari where they did fall apart and somebody bought the name. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible.
But I remember they did an X-Men game that I really liked. So.
Oh yeah.
No, it was a great game. It was a weird way to use the license, and I would not have liked it if I'd gone into it expecting to play the actual X-Men. But it was a neat story. Anyway, that's not Avengers though.
The nice thing is, with the Avengers, you get to actually play as the Avengers eventually.
Eventually.
That's my one negative of the game. Is I don't want to play as Ms. Marvel. I don't like Ms. Marvel. She's a stretchy character. I don't like stretchy characters. If there was a Fantastic Four game, I would play as, Mr. Fantastic if I had to, but I'd be trying to get somebody else because I don't like stretchy characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like she is a big part of it.
It does, though. I'm wondering how much you're going to be forced to play her, as opposed to her just being in the roster. Though clearly, from the looks of it, in like the cinematic, she's going to play a very important part.
And, it's one of those kind of things where you have certain parts of the game, I think you can play who you want, but your missions are kind of character focused. So you're going to have Ms. Marvel missions. I know you use her to put the team back together, which means potentially you could be playing her a lot. Because you got to go and basically, she's the one that finds out that something shady about AIM, and you use her to basically unlock your Avengers team members again, which means if you're having to play her for every team member, that's a lot of Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Ms. Marvel in a game that's supposed to be the Avengers.
Yeah, that's going to bother me if that turns out to be true. Now, having said that, in the cinematics, I kind of like the world's got a dark vibe. Bad crap has gone down.
Yeah,
the cinematics where you see her running around, it's got a real Days of Future Past kind of feel to it. It's not set in the future or nothing, but it's got that kind of vibe to it.
Well, yeah, because you've had the Avengers basically had their own personal Quinjet that's powered off of a Terrigen crystal, and it explodes. So it it destroys a big chunk of San Francisco and covers like all of it in the Terrigen mist. So you have an Inhumans pop up.
Yeah, they take the place of, in my Days of Future Past analogy, they're taking the place of the mutants, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have AIM come in as basically Syndrome from The Incredibles going, this proves that superhumans are bad. And technology is the way to go. And I've created advanced idea mechanics, my Adaptoid program. And, we're going to basically police these new poor Inhumans to try and get them and find a cure. They crack down on the superpowered and stuff like that. So, like I said, the world's got a dark feel and stuff to it. It's just, I like Ms. Marvel. I just don't. Kind of well versed on this show for going, it's just not a character I like.
Yeah. But the game does sport, like playable characters. It's got Captain America, voiced by Jeff Shine, Iron Man, voiced by Nolan North, the Hulk by Troy Baker, Thor is Travis Willingham, and Black Widow, Laura Bailey, and then Miss Marvel, of course, by Sandra Sahat.
I recognize some of those names.
Yeah, the guys doing Thor is the same one from Earth's Mightiest Hero.
I really don't understand why they wouldn't have just gotten everybody from the cartoons if they could.
And Nolan North you remember he was Deadpool in Hulk versus.
Oh yeah, he was in the Saints Row games, Cyclops and Wolverine, the X-Men. He's been all over the place.
Yeah.
He also did the Drake Uncharted series and some of the Assassin's Creed stuff.
I had played those, so I didn't realize that.
I watched the War Table that they released yesterday, and they showed the Thor mission. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
I think he's apparently one of the last ones because Captain America is dead in the story, so you had the team minus Cap, and he appears to be the last one kind of unlocked. And you had him fighting on the helicarrier. And that was damn cool because, you're playing Thor, but the rest of the team is all around you in the background kicking ass. And I know a couple of those times when he was fighting mechs, he would come down and start fighting the mech, and then Hulk would show up and help him destroy. That was nice. I went from... I talked to Jason yesterday and was like, I don't really see me buying this one on launch. And then I watched some of the stuff on that War Table and was like, yep, changed my mind. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to have it.
And it sounds like there's going to be some like 2-player parts to it. Or missions you can run.
Yeah, you're going to have zones in it. I think it's the war zones where, it's co-op. So, you can get in there with, I think they said you can have 4-man teams and go in there and play. It may be 4-man, but it may be 4-man online.
Oh, it's obviously going to be online. They're not going to do a 2-player game that can help.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
The cool thing about it. Oh, go ahead.
The thing I took from it is they're going to have a co-op, and then they're going to have the war areas where you definitely can go on with your buddies and play. But
the trick is these days, anytime they say you can go on with your buddies and play, you always have to remember, motherfuckers these days don't have friends. So when you go on with your buddies and play with your friends, it probably means play with your friends online.
Yeah.
Look, man, social distancing. Nobody sits in the same couch anymore.
Yeah, and that's been a thing for a decade now. I don't want to do this.
They are just ahead of the time. That's all.
Poor dude at GameStop's heartbeat.
But
you did get a kidney
I was looking up about their cross compatibility, and the way if I'm read the article right, PlayStation 4 will be compatible with any I'm here with a PlayStation, you're there with a PlayStation, cross compatibility. But they won't say if you got it on.
That's not cross compatibility.
No, cross compatibility is the same system. Now, if you're talking about if I can play with my PlayStation 4 and Jason can play with his Xbox One.
Yeah, that's
cross play.
Yeah.
They won't come out and say whether you'll be able to do that. They say, if you got a PlayStation 4, you and your buddies can play. If you got an Xbox One or Xbox Series X, you can play.
Danny?
What?
When you get the game, since you're probably going to get the game, get the damn game on PS4. Because I have a PS4, and that means we can play.
Yes. Yeah,
and just for the record, I've looked it up. It will not have a local co-op mode.
Yeah. I didn't figure it would.
Okay.
That'd be too much like right.
The only system it's been said that they won't release it on is the Nintendo Switch, and that's due to the limited capabilities.
Yeah,
it's 2 weeks.
It may be why they got the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Sons of bitches.
Because Marvel is definitely getting games on every system.
Yeah. Well, we can go into rumors later, but one of the fun rumors to that is that, this Avengers game is set in the same universe as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that they're doing kind of a game verse or whatever.
A game universe. Yeah, a game-averse. Which, for those of you that collect the action figures, that's already what they call in that line of action figures. Anytime you get a Marvel Legend that's from the game, yeah, it's a game-averse figure. So I could see that being... And they're smart if they do that. If all that's in the same world, you'll have that same magic from the movies kind of bleed over into the game. Whether you actually have them cross over or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have a cohesive universe would be kind of neat.
Though, going from the Marvel Legends thing, some of those costumes, I don't think I'd want figures of.
No. I've got the Ms. Marvel and the Iron Man, just because I had to get them to build the Abomination. I want that Abomination because it's huge,
and
it will go well with my 2-pack Hulk.
Yeah. Well, Ms. Marvel's outfit doesn't look too bad once they have her in an actual costume. It looks like for a chunk of the game you're running around in a t-shirt or whatever. But...
Yeah. Well, the kind of neat thing is when you watch the Thor one, he's in the Don Blake outfit from the first Thor movie.
Yeah. When he basically pulled him out of retirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the trick is that reminds me again of the X-Men game they did. Because your character in that, whichever one you picked, was basically in street clothes. And then as you went along, you unlocked costume pieces and could kind of put a suit together.
Yeah.
Somewhat based off some other character.
Yeah, speaking of unlocking costumes and pieces, that was one of the neat things I picked from the trailer, how if you got this, you can upgrade this part of the outfit, or you can upgrade this part of your weapon.
Well, when they do these action kind of semi-RPG things, that's always something they do. Is you always have the upgrade to your character.
The nice thing,
both this one and X-Men did a lot of stuff with costumes.
The nice thing is you can create builds, so my Captain America may play completely different than your Captain America, which is kind of neat, based on what pieces I do, what things I choose to give him or not give him, a level up, or whatever. So that's kind of neat. I will be saying my Iron Man will be running around, because one of the things they showed in the table, one of the skins for Iron Man was the bleeding edge armor. I will be running around, and I looked at that and was like, oh yeah, that's how I'm going to look. And the costumes don't do anything, as far as putting on a costume doesn't change the player, didn't change the playability, it just changes the way it looks. It's your upgrades and the things that you pick to change how your character
looks. Yeah, one of the things they showed was you can pick what special finishers you want, because they showed the Hulk, one he was using the hand clap and one he was using a ground pound. And
did you see what they call it, tantrum, where he was going off and hell he was just grabbing motherfuckers going just like ape shit on them? Yeah, it's neat. I'll have that because it looks brutal. Yeah,
and then I think taunts or dances or something was one thing.
You get taunts. I don't know how much I'll be taunting, but
Well, some of that's you have that kind of stuff in crap.
Hell, they got it in Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands has got it.
Saints Row.
Oh, how in the world am I blanking on the name of this game? The one the Halo guys went off and did.
I know Fortnite's got taunts, even though I hadn't played it. I've seen people, going on about it.
Destiny.
Okay, yeah.
Boy, that was a brain fart.
Because you're old.
It was because I was old.
Have fun with your Social Security, geezer. But anyway. But yeah, that was one that, like I said, I've gone from I ain't getting this to now. After watching that thing, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have this.
Yeah, November's coming up, and we both have a birthday.
Yep. Which means it will have been out for a month by the time we get it.
Which means they can get some
get the
bugs
bugs out of it. Yeah. I'm gonna go and pre-order that damn thing where I get my skins and shit.
But yeah, you're talking about the customization though. In that old X-Men game, you had 3 different characters you could pick, and then you pick their power. You had 3 different power sets you could pick. You could pick which power, and then you would go through.
Yeah.
You would go through and build it like you wanted to. Now the difference in that one was the different costumes would give you an extra ability or two, kind of based on which character they're motifed after.
Yeah. That's the thing with this one is it looks like you. Well, the guy said that your costume gets just how you look.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because you're playing specific predetermined characters.
Yeah.
Where before it was like you kind of picked which of the characters was your baseline identity, and then you slowly built yourself up into like a costume or something.
Well, the Spider-Man game, the different costumes give you different abilities, but you can move abilities from costume to costume. You got different stuff for wearing different costumes, but it was not fixed on that costume. You could make yourself look like traditional Spidey with all the fixings and trimmings of some of the other stuff.
X-Men Destiny, that was the name.
Yeah.
And I think I was mistaken. I'm looking at it now. It was not Crystal Dynamics. It was Silicon Knights. Crystal Dynamics was the guys that did like the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. So I got that completely mixed up. That was all on me. And yeah, Silicon Knights I think is gone, and they did basically pit her out after Too Human.
Okay. I hated that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be a trilogy of games.
Yeah,
got the one out.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
I was
finished
just talking to
the
the guys.
first one. Was waiting for the second one, and nothing happened.
I was just talking to the guys at work last night about trilogies that only got the first part or got the first 2 parts. We were talking about movies mostly, but
yeah, you should never plan a trilogy. You should plan on doing a real good movie, and if it succeeds, expand. But most of the stuff it goes, I'm coming up with a trilogy. That first one comes out, it sucks.
If it's not like an established property already, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 3 of these, and then comes out, oh, this damn thing is horrible. Nobody loves you anymore.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games and movies both that have done that. Books.
Sad thing about Too Human was it was really good. It was a really good game. I don't, but that's just the company. But anyway, back to Avengers. One nice thing about that is you're supposed to be getting more, after it comes out, you're supposed to be getting more playable content and characters for free.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We like the things. We like the things that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like Overwatch tends to work that way. You can buy alternate costumes and stuff, but when a new character drops, they tend to be, they're just available. The bunch of the MOBA games, like I'll bring up League of Legends since Tarky's not here to do it. But a bunch of those kind of games, when the new character drops. Though in League, I think they do a rotation of who's free, but irregardless.
But yeah, I'll be waiting on Black Panther myself. I really don't want to see Black Panther and how the hell. I've been wanting kind of open-ended. Well, hell, I've been wanting a Black Panther game, period, for God knows how long.
Yeah.
So Panther's one that I'll be waiting on. Vision's one I'll be waiting on. I'm curious to see how Hawkeye will work in that one.
Yeah. With the way that you can cherry pick, a character's abilities, he's one that they could do.
Hawkeye would be neat because you know everything you got from him. Most of this shit would, trick arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing I'll be curious to see is you mentioned you know, the playthrough with Thor, you'd see the other Avengers jump in and do something, and Hulk would jump down. What I'd like to see is an ability where you could trigger it, and one of your allies comes in.
I think they have that.
I didn't see where they had something where you could trigger an ally to come in. What they did have, like in the co-op thing, is co-op finisher.
Well, they had that back in the old Ultimate Alliances. Well, not finishers, but you had the combined moves you could do.
Yeah, but this is a co-op finisher. It's because they show Ms. Marvel and the Hulk doing basically a combined move to take out something a lot quicker.
Well, they showed the Hulk and Thor doing that too.
Yeah.
And then you
but
had...
then the nice thing is, hell, Thor's in a big fight like that. You having, Iron Man flying above you, taking out stuff. You have Black Widow taking out stuff. And hell, you fight these big mechs, and hell, you have Thor jump in and help you destroy the thing. Yeah, it's just...
Well, that's basically the opening scene to Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
You kind of had them all running around doing stuff, and you'd focus on one for a little bit, but you'd see everybody else doing stuff, in the background. Then it would focus on one of them.
I was looking at some information on the game, and I just saw where they're going to have some tie-in media and merchandise. Titan books, I think it says, 2 tie-in books for the game. The first one's going to be Marvel Avengers: The Extinction Key, release August 4th, 2020. And then the second book, Marvel Avengers: The Art of the Game, September the 1st, 2020. So,
well, they've already, before the Rona hit, you had a series of comics. Each character had a comic that was kind of the prequel to the game. Because that's where you first see Tarleton. You first see Taskmaster in the Black Widow one. I can't remember if you see Tarleton in either in the Iron Man one or the Hulk one. But that the trailer they released yesterday, you got your first glimpse at MODOK.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Which, if you're going to do AIM, he's kind of one of the big things.
Yeah, you kind of got to have.
So who all have we seen? We've seen MODOK, we've seen Taskmaster, we've seen the Abomination.
Uh-huh. That's it.
That's it.
And your Adaptoids.
Yeah, but it's not the Adaptoid from the comics. So.
Yeah, it's not the you may have the Super Adaptoid in there somewhere, but you ain't seen him. Yeah, only ones you've seen so far has been Abomination. You got your first glimpse at MODOK. Seen Taskmaster.
Yeah.
He's the boss of A-Day.
Yeah, the Adaptoids are basically them biting on DC and using the Omex.
The Omex.
Who were really just Sentinels, so it kind of all ties into my Days of Future Past comparison. But
yeah, the trick that they are doing with the Adaptoid, from the little clues that you had yesterday, is they capturing humans because superpowers are illegal, and then some people turn themselves in because they want a cure, and they are using them to kind of like give the machines ability. So I'm betting at some point you will have a Super Adaptoid in that game.
That just copy supers around it as opposed to having a preset.
Yeah.
I was looking at that thing about the tie-in merchandise in the Extinction Key book. They're facing a thing that messes with the fabric of time and space called the Zodiac Key.
Oh, nice.
In that thing, it's going to feature versions of Doctor Strange and Brother Voodoo, and then members of S.H.I.E.L.D. So,
yeah, the members of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the game, because you got Dum Dum, Nick, and Maria.
Yeah,
in the game. Oh man, I know there ain't no way in hell they get Brother Voodoo to play. You give that shit up. I ain't gonna even hope for that. He's kind of on my same one character. Like I said, Black Panther's a must-have for me. One character that they could put in that game that would probably give them a customer for life is Wonder Man. They have never put Wonder Man, to my knowledge, in a damn Avengers game. I would love to fucking.
I'd have to have the safari jacket. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd take him in the energy form. I'd take him in any of them damn suits if you just put a fucking Wonder Man. Just cause Wonder Man's kind of like your forgotten Avenger. He's neat as shit. He's in the books off and on. The only damn merch that I've ever had of Wonder Man is back when the Avengers Earth's Mightiest, United We Stand cartoon. They actually did a Wonder Man figure. That's the only Wonder Man any damn thing I've got. You know, well, and I've got a legend.
I was about to say, I knew
a couple of legends. But you know, they tend to forget him in those things, and it would be neat to fly around as well. Wonder Man would be cool. Hercules would be cool.
Yeah. Well, you could do Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch and Vision you probably gonna get because they've been in a movie. I figure at some point, those characters that everybody that's been in a movie, you gonna get at some point. Because to not give you Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Black Panther, Captain Marvel would be just kind of dumb. They gonna give you the people that you've seen. I'm talking about them characters that you ain't seen.
Yeah.
That says, you've got the folks that you know from the movies. You gonna get them because the normies know who they are. I'm talking about them shout outs to the comic fans and the motherfuckers of Avengers that you ain't seen. Triathlon, Wonder Man, Swordsman or some damn body that hell you ain't seen in no damn movie, but if you're a fan of the comic, you know who the hell I'm talking about.
Mantis is an Avenger from the comics. She's been in a movie.
That's true.
Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man's one of them shitty Avengers, but yeah, you probably won't get Spidey because Spidey's clicked up with Sony.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about it. It depends on how how serious they are about having a cohesive universe. They may be making deals with Sony to throw Spider-Man in there, and that may be the reason why, if you notice, PS4 is getting a lot of the perks for this game. Even though everybody's getting, PlayStation and Xbox are both getting the games, but like only PS4 is getting the beta, I think. Are they getting it earlier than everybody else or something? There are perks to having a PS4 with this game that you don't have if you don't have that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that might be their little shout out to Sony. So it would not shock me if Spider-Man got in there, but Spidey, to me, even though he's been an Avenger, quote unquote, in the movies, is one of them Avengers about like he ain't. If you say name me the Avengers, Spider-Man and Wolverine and Doctor Strange, truthfully ain't gonna be on my team.
Yeah.
Namor would be one they could do that people hadn't seen.
Namor would be sweet.
And, realistically, how many of them will they crank out?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't know, because the trick is they say that the free content, when they talk about it in years. They tell you, everybody that talks about it, the developers say you are going to get years of content.
I'll be curious to see how that works.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, though, if they're cranking out costumes that you buy with real money, that could keep funding going.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they do it with a lot of MMOs.
Is that and that map is supposed to open up different places that you go to. Well, if you got a map, they go in Wakanda. You're gonna get Hawkeye. You got too many people. Hell, there's already Easter eggs for Hawkeye in the game. There's Easter eggs for Captain Marvel. And you can pretty much guarantee that anybody that's shown up in the MCU is gonna show up in that game.
Yeah.
Well,
because
that matter,
to do that is idiocy. So Scarlet Witch and Vision will be in there. You might get Quicksilver, but you gonna get the people that the normies go, well, that's the Avengers, and it's not the Avengers without blah blah. You've seen them in the movie; they're gonna be in there.
Yeah.
So you probably get War Machine, Falcon.
Yeah, you'll probably get. Hell, they've even kind of given you like little shots of like the Captain America Falcon. So Falcon's probably given, War Machine's probably given, Strange probably given. if you've seen them in the movie, you're gonna probably get them at some point. The folks that I'm talking about is the comic folks. So when you start going Namor and Monica Rambeau and shit like that, that's when you get into that territory. Like, who the hell is that? That's where, like I said, for me as a comic nerd, you get more
Luke
points
Cage,
from me.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, you get more points from me if you put some classic comic book Avenger that ain't been in a movie in the game than you do putting somebody the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Even though the MCU ones are, the obvious kind of go-tos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get why they start with them, but then, okay, let's branch out. Let's add characters that, maybe only got a TV show or haven't been in anything yet.
Well, and there's the trick. Something like this, especially with DLCs, that's a good way to start introducing some of the kind of second and third tier characters.
Yeah.
But, all right, well, as kind of a wrap-up, I think it's safe to say that we're all looking forward to the game now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where, I'm like Todd, I was kind of lukewarm on it.
Yeah, considering
still got a couple of worries.
Considering just yesterday, we were basically going, I ain't buying this shit, I ain't want it.
Yeah,
been out a while by you.
I was like not anywhere near the tub.
But,
yeah, because Jason was like, just wait, get the damn thing used and everything will be out by then. But now, because my whole thing was, but the free DLC, that kind of stuff don't tend to hang around, blah, And like I said, I literally just hung up with him. The last thing we had talked about was how I was kind of like meh on the game and watched that war table. And as soon as I got done with the war table, when I put up that message, like, yep, think fucked up. Probably won't this one.
All right, so on our way out, I know, Todd, you mentioned you really want Black Panther, but...
Yeah.
Everybody name... We'll let Danny go first. Put him on the spot. Name some, not necessarily one of the big tier characters, but name somebody you'd like to see pop up in this game. Somebody that's not one of the obvious ones they're going to do, like the movie guys.
I would like to see Hercules. That way you can have Hercules and Thor running around on the screen together, smashing crap.
Oh, that would be badass.
That would be damn nice. Oh, hell, a Hercules Hulk combo? Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, because,
it's the Brute Squad.
I noticed in the thing, they as they would do certain stuff, they would talk to each other. Can you imagine some of the conversations Thor and Hercules or Hercules and Hulk would be having with each other?
But who would you?
Because, like I said, if you got like hell, if you have up to 4 people on the team, can you imagine a Hulk, Hercules, Thor team run around? Jesus Christ!
But who would you get for Herc's voice?
Well, somebody's done Herc's voice because on the Disney version of Avengers, the one that I only start watching because COVID hit. Yeah, Hercules was on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you got somebody. Hell, he was on. Matter of fact, he was on several of them. Hell, he was on there. Ares was on there. So they've got voice actors.
See, Ares would be a good villain to pop up.
No, he was an Avenger for a while, but.
Yeah, he was an Avenger but he was a villain first.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Todd, who would your to be?
Like I said, my weird ones would be, like Wonder Man or like Danny was talking about Namor. Having a Prince Namor, that's another
Imperious
one.
Rex!
Yeah, that's another one. Hell, if you were looking for your 4th member, Hercules, Thor, Hulk, and Namor.
Just have the Brute
Squad. That's not just the Brute Squad. That's the goddamn egomaniac squad there.
Yeah.
If their muscles can't take you out, their egos can.
Yeah, I swear to God, if I'm running around in this, I'm running around, telling Hulk he's got his mama wears combat boots. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Hulk's mother wore sensible shoes.
Valkyrie would be a good one.
You already picked
Valkyrie
yours.
You'll probably get. Valkyrie's another one that if because if you already, because you got Ms. Marvel in there, you're already on the C team. Yeah, Valkyrie ain't.
Well, Valkyrie's been in a movie, so she's not a stretch, even though she's a minor character in the movie.
Yeah, that's again, we were doing one of those. Hell, something else. If they fucked around and gave you one man, you could get that 4-man team. Remember when Hulk was mindless in the books, and you had that team where you had the 2 strong men from. You had Hercules and Namor show up from the East Coast Avengers, and then you had Iron Man and Wonder Man show up from the West Coast Avengers to take on Hulk. That's a nice little 4-man team there, too.
Yeah.
I think if I could get somebody kind of obscure, and they weren't Avengers for a real long time, but I wouldn't mind seeing either Firestar or Justice. Firestar give you a fun blaster, and telekinesis might just be a fun, Marvel style telekinesis might just be a fun power set to play with.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But that's going oddball, super obscure because they weren't Avengers for all that long. I mean, a couple of years. It was a while back.
Yeah. Well, I put it like this: they were Avengers longer than Ms. Marvel.
Were they?
Ms. Marvel, yes.
Oh, yeah, the current Ms. Marvel, yes.
Yeah.
Hell, for that matter, you could have members of the Fantastic Four pop up because they've all been.
Man, that fuck up your next game.
Yeah. They'll probably have their own. What you'll probably do is Spider-Man will have his franchise, the Avengers will have his, maybe the FF or whoever. You'll probably have 3 or 4 franchises out before they really start crossing them over. If they're doing a cinematic style universe kind of thing.
Yeah, because think about that. To put them in an Avengers game fucks up a FF game because you could potentially have a Spider-Man game, a FF game, an Avengers game, and an X-Men game. Yeah. And Disney likes money.
Yeah, true.
Let Avengers
their parks,
let that Avengers kick off good, and see if they don't go. Hey, you like teams, do you? Well, we got the FF, and the trick would be if they do a FF game, would it be 4-player co-op? Because for some reason they don't like to do FF games where you got 4 motherfuckers play the Fantastic Four.
This go around, they probably would. Not couch co-op, of course.
Oh, hell no. Nothing's couch co-op.
But let this one be a success since the parks can't open right now, and they'll be like,
Well, I think the reason why, because if you remember with this game, they announced this damn game, hell, wasn't it damn near 10 years ago?
It wasn't no 10 years ago. Somebody may have been planning an Avengers game that just vaporwared out.
Dude, this is it.
This is it. It wasn't no 10 years before I bought my house ago, no.
Dude, you remember the thing that had the voiceover that was talking about the Avengers were gone and you doing this to put them back together? This is the game. This is the same game.
You ain't gonna make me believe that was no 10 years ago, though.
Okay. It's 2020. It's been a long fucking time.
It may have been 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't no 10.
No, it was longer than 4 or 5 years ago because I was in my crib when I saw that. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Because that was the thing. That's been the one kind of bitch that everybody's had about this game is you ain't had much come out about it. I think it's been a year or two since the game app, the game convention when hell me and Tony was standing around in Walmart looking to see because they were supposedly going to talk about the game and nothing came of it. They've been horrible about giving people info.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, that's going to wrap us up for today, I guess. So I guess in conclusion, we're all looking forward to it.
Yep.
It's at this point, everything I'm seeing about it is looking better and better. I'm still a little worried about how often you're going to have to play Miss Marvel. I got no beef with the character. It's just she's not really an Avenger. And when you're opening not opening cinematics, I guess, but when you're like an originally released trailer showing all the classic Avengers, the people you expect to play in an Avengers game. If I gotta play some BCT member, if I'm forced into that, I'm not gonna be too happy.
It'll end up being like the stealth missions used to be back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I gotta play it.
It's one of them things that you'll force your way through to unlock everybody, and then then the end game
never
stuff.
Play again.
It will depend on how neat they make her. But I'm kind of like you. I'm not big on stretchy characters, so that's just a mark against it to begin with.
Yeah. I've seen her do in that trailer. I've seen her do some neat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then she can do the embiggen thing where she's actually like double her size and go around and smash.
That is one advantage she's got over your baseline stretchies. Is when she makes stuff bigger, even if it's just her hands or whatever, she gets like proportional strength to go with it. So she is at least kind of super strong on top of everything.
Mr. Fantastic's done that.
Yeah, but it's not really what he's known for. You don't see him do it a whole lot.
No, he didn't do it a lot because he's known for his brain.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
So anyway, wrap this up.
We need to have some shows in the can when that comes out.
Are you saying your free time to record is going to be cut down on?
Well, we could always live stream. How many damn weeks they got live stream? Damn, shut up, watch it.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of people doing that, I'm sure.
Yep.
But anyway, so if y'all like the show, like and subscribe. Click all the clickety things below us. How's that for like an old man?
Yeah, you like, share. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down, because either way it helps with YouTube's algorithm.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize the thumbs down did.
Yeah, the thumbs up, helps with the algorithm, because that,
Well, yeah, it means a lot, obviously.
Because, even the thumbs down means somebody watching.
Fair enough.
Means they're less likely to go into your thing and get rid of your subscribers because
people are watching you.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll be back next week talking about something else.
Stuff.
No telling what. Hopefully something in big in geek news will have gone down by the end. But
we can always talk about Empire. Talk about Empire.
That's true. That is the new big something out. We may have to look into that.
Yeah. I mean,
but anyway, I've been the host for today. My God, these endings drag out every time. We've got to get better at that. Anyway, I've been your host for the day, the experience of some called Jason, and with me has been
the Todd Fob,
CEO 113,
and we will see y'all next time.
Peace.